Seems to be working. I'm not seeing my chat, but I'm not going to spend any time dealing with that at the moment. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, it is streaming, and it does look normal. And I just have to figure out where the chat is. The chat. Not sure. I'm not going to worry about that now. Let's leave that. It is streaming. All right, so CB consumer confidence. I did get an updated DMM. My boss originally left it off the original DMM. Now, the breakout, let me get the update, his update also. We'll talk about this. So the question is how to trade it. First off, we're not 100% it's being released. I don't think we're going to know except if it comes out or not. So there is extra risk in not knowing if the report's 100% coming out. Now, it seems like it is. It's on the calendars, but it's not on the trading economics calendar. So last month, it's really not applicable because it traded with jolts. What's crazy is that it triggered early. There was an early move also. Let me see if that shows up what our trade room video looks like from last month. So last month, we also had Chicago PMI, another very poorly performing event. All right, so we only had a gold breakout on consumer confidence last month because it was trading with jolts. I didn't think a trap would be safe, but we've been seeing smaller and smaller moves, even from jolts. So it's just a very inconsistent report at the moment. We did put a trap on anyway. And the trap, let's see what settings we used. Excuse me. My throat is shot forever. I'm old. Throat is gone. It's not coming back. We used a 20 stop and we used 30 and 50. Okay. It's pretty much what I think I've got going today. Let's look. Let's see what it did. I think there was no fill. So we were looking at the trap. An early move would not stop me from trading a trap. All right. So let's watch 45 seconds before the news. Now remember, a trap trade is a reversal. It's a trade we're expecting to reverse. If the market goes up, we sell. If the market goes down, we buy it. Okay? Now, supposedly there was a move, a big move before the news came out that might have caused a cancel. I'm not really seeing that. I'm just seeing pretty normal price action. The trap did fill. Now we weren't live. And then there was a reversal a little bit, not a whole lot, not a lot. We looked at an ES magnet. Now, part of the issue is jolts is more powerful than consumer confidence. But you did have a reversal that traded for a profit. So the trap did work in September. An ES breakout looks like it may have worked in September. And gold looks much more challenging on the breakout. So we're going to go with our gold trap. It's not a market open trade, so it's in a different account. GC 1225. You could use micro gold if you want. So I'm going to set up a trap trading gold. Right click, click strategies, double click trap trade. I'm going to trigger at 9:59:55. Now we're also assuming there will be news released. Trap trade is safer because if it doesn't come out, our tiers are far away. We'll have plenty of time to cancel. 20 tick stop. I know it says 25. I'm going to make it 20, believe it or not. Tier 1 is 25 ticks. Tier 2 is 45. I'm trading it in a prop account. And I'm labeling it Trap GC. All right. Apply it, okay it, putting it on the account. And I'm also going to set up a reverse continue in gold if the news comes out, right? Adding a second strategy, reverse continue, one contract, 20 tick target, 25, 30 tick stop. Same account. I'm not planning on taking that trade unless the trap doesn't work. So that's going to be reverse GC continue. All right. Apply it, okay it. And I'll turn both trades on. So we have a trap 5 seconds before the news, and we have a reverse continuation if we have the opportunity. Yep, same tiers. I'd go with probably a 35 stop on micro gold. And then ES can move on consumer confidence. So ES 1225. Now look at the markets selling off like crazy on the open. So there are these nice trend trades that take place if you wait around and you put a 30-second chart on, you'll get some nice squeeze signals. Okay? You had a nice I'm just looking to see. So you made the new high in here. And then it was already short, so these were very normal squeeze signals to the downside. That worked. So on the ES, I'd probably look for a breakout on the consumer confidence. You might want to do MES. Well, first of all, I'm not recommending live on this report. This is a report that has not been working. That's the honest truth. Okay? It's been completely inconsistent. It trades with other news. We don't have a great setup. I'm just telling you. Maybe the trap will be okay. We have been doing more trap on consumer confidence than anything else. But I'm not saying it's great. All right. Now, it does sound like it's coming out because they're talking about it on Financial Juice. So, ES, and I'm only simming the ES because I really don't know what my setup should be. 9, 59, 59 trigger. I'll use a bracket of 12, target of 10, and a target of 20 with a stop of 25. I'll leave that the way it is. I'm going to make it 35. No, 30 on my stop. BE minus 5 if it hits the first target. And this is strictly no idea about this ES setup, really. No idea. Trigger 959, 59. Bracket of 12. Targets of 10 and 20. Stop of 30. Sim. Only doing it on Sim. All right. Because, like I said, not really sure. Have not been doing ES on this. Haven't been testing ES on this. Setting the time to 0, though. Putting the chart on Sim to see, how big the bracket is. Now, we could do our most favorite. We could do a magnet. Makes a lot more sense. Rather than do a random breakout that we don't know anything about. Let's get rid of the breakout because it's stupid. It's not stupid. It's just not the right thing to do. Let's look for a magnet. What do we got? We got the VWAP, or we have a low of day. It really looks like this market wants to sell off. I think consumer confidence is going to stink. I'm going for the low of day magnet. All right? I could be wrong. It might do the VWAP. So we'll put a reverse continue on the chart. So if we need to take a long, we'll have it in our reverse continue. You could do one position. It's 1250 a tick. Go for 25 tick target, 25 tick stop. Okay, it's a scalp. Doesn't mean you're going to honor that big of a stop. You might move it. Just like you may not go for 25 ticks. Now I'm going to trade it. Got nothing to lose. I don't have to take that trade. Reverse ES continue. That's a discretionary trade. Apply it. Okay. Now, what should we do about the magnet? What do you all think? Are we going up or down? Unfortunately, what I want to do is set up both magnets, but it's so many buttons. It gets very confusing. So our reversal ES is ready. We have a double magnet to the high side. VWAP and market open from last evening. It just tested that. Let's go high of day, low of day VWAP. All right. High of day, low of day magnet. Proximity's 3. Just going to do one position. Leave the 20 tick stop. That's it. One position. All right. Apply it. Okay it. I think I should probably do it in a different account, maybe. Nah, it is what it is. So I want to enter that magnet so I have some profit. So if we enter 69, just under 69.04, and our target is 69.01, that's only 12 ticks. It's not that much. It's only $130, $140. All right, let's do it. Let's see how it works. Now, are we going to get a test of the low before the market? The news? I don't want to trade before the news. So I'm not turning the magnet button on until we get to 5 seconds before the news. 5 seconds before the news, I'm going to press this button and make it purple so that if there's a shot down, I might get a fill. All right, but remember what I'm saying. This is not a great setup. These are untested. I'm just trying some things here. CB consumer confidence has not been trading well, and it's also government shutdown challenged. All the data may not be coming out. All right. And I'll tell you one thing that I couldn't care less about, Katy Perry and Trudeau. Is there anything that's less meaningful to our lives than Katy Perry? Now, that, did the news come out early? Now, that may make our ES trade unsafe. Now, Richmond Manufacturing does not do that to a market. It does not move the market. It's always early. Now, we would have got our VWAP, right? We would have had our VWAP had you traded it before the news, but I wouldn't have traded it before the news, honestly. So I didn't have a winning VWAP magnet. Normally, I would not trade it before the news. I don't know what caused that spike in the ES. I'm not seeing. Maybe the Canada news about critical minerals with G7 partners. That's the only thing that's there. It just doesn't seem like important enough. I still think there's a possibility to get this tested the low, even though there was that wacky candle there. It's gonna depend on the news. It looks like home sales are coming out also. They didn't come out last week. But I don't want to get filled short. I don't want to be short before the news. It was the Katy Perry news. I could not care less about Katy Perry, and all this gossip news is BS. It's just the media not doing their job. It's just wasting time. Nothing bothers me more than entertainment news like that. I don't want to know about who's sleeping with who. I don't care who's sleeping with who. I don't care who's gay, who's transgender. It's nobody's business. It's one of the reasons we're in a mess because we're concentrating on all the wrong things. It's meaningless. Has nothing to do with anything. She's an astronaut. I couldn't sing a single thing that I couldn't be less interested in her or her career or him. He's not a politician anymore. It doesn't matter what he does. It's been a long morning. So now we may have a short magnet. I think it's probably safe to put it on. We have a trap in gold on the left. That trade has a bunch of risk. And we are on YouTube. Is anybody here watching us? Nope. Here come our orders. Spread them apart a little bit. The news is out. Man, I would have wanted that gold short. Fill me short. Okay, I want to be filled short on gold. Moving up my target, my first target. I want to be short on gold. I think it's going to pull back and hit my target. Canceling the outer tier. Trying to trail. Expand the target a little bit. Moving my stop up. I don't want to be stopped out. I was shrinking the stop. It's very choppy. I think it's going to pull back. I think it's going to pull back. The news is positive, which is not great for the trap short. So I may just close it with a profit. Okay, closed it for a small profit. I think there's upward pressure. Look at the upward pressure. I could be wrong. We didn't set up, I didn't turn on my gold reversal. It's still there. I have it. Consumer confidence was revised up. Small profit on gold. No, the fact that it's positive, it should help to push gold down a little bit, but it's not. It's not really pushing it down yet. I think it has failed on the upside. What do you think? If it breaks the VWAP, I would get out. If it breaks the VWAP, I would get out. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, if this breaks the VWAP, I'm out. Otherwise, I think there's a couple of ticks of profit maybe left. Maybe. It's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't. And I would cancel the ES trade. It didn't work. Nothing happened. Turn it off. Magnet, gone. Okay, it's not there. And my short is not really working here. It's not working. I might have blown it. Gold being positive should help to push gold down. And we have a gold negative trend of over $60. We should start to reverse. It should start to reverse. I could be wrong because gold's so crazy these days. It is crazy. New homes did not come out. Okay. They need some government data for new homes. So that is what it is. Gold's trying to do what we want it to do, but we're not quite getting there. The ES isn't really doing much of anything. It's not doing much of anything. Let's see if we can get some profit out of this gold trade. I'd be happy to get $100. Right now we're negative, but I still think it should reverse. The news is positive. It should pull it down. May not, because gold's been so negative today. It may just bite us. This is our last trade. So our market opens were good. United Health was good. I may just be wrong on this. The ES did that double magnet, right? That was the better trade. Yeah, look, sometimes you get them wrong. It was a better trade to the double magnet, the 6 p.m. and the VWAP. That worked. That was the upside trade on the ES worked. So just watching to see if we can get that change in direction on gold that it's not giving us. You know, gold is difficult. Obviously, it's had such big swings. It may just not work. Might not work. It's just chopping around. It's not getting to the VWAP. Let's get that one push so we can get out. I just want to get out and eat breakfast. I'm starving. I'm surprised the data came out. Yeah, it may very well bounce off the VWAP too. Our stop is above the VWAP. I think it's far enough above. It's over $1 above. It's amazing how it's staying in like that range. It doesn't want to break either way. So just waiting. See if we can get cooperation. And then we do have one more event today. We do have Australia's CPI, a very short room, 8:15. 8:15. Not the world's greatest event either. Now, I don't love gold's price action. It's bullish to me. It's more bullish than bearish. And it's too bad. It's not going to work. There we go. I think we're done. Now, I would not call that bouncing off the VWAP. I don't want to make my stop any bigger. I think our stop was fine. And now, if it failed here, this is the telling moment. What crazy price action. It's just crazy. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's not normal. It's not the normal gold price action that we see. It really isn't. It's very weirdly choppy. I'm not optimistic. It definitely is bullish. Even though the squeeze is not 100% bullish, the candles are bullish, everything else is bullish. So I do think it's going to get us. I wish it would make a decision. So isn't it funny though? It never, almost never breaks our entry. You really understand why new traders think the market's out to get you, right? It's like, how does the market know exactly where I entered so that it never breaks my entry and gives me even the slightest profit? So tomorrow you've got Google, Microsoft, and Meta. They all release so darn close to each other. I have to look at all my notes, Roz, but it's very challenging. Very challenging. Can't trade them all. What are the early ones tomorrow? Whew! We got 200 bucks on that gold trade, folks. 200 bucks. Look, I had a theory. It worked. I don't think it made me smart because I think we got lucky. I think we just got a little bit of luck out of crazy price action, right? Boeing Boeing usually is a good trade. ADP, it just happened to be on the charts. We've never watched it, but it sort of fits. It sort of fits. Roz, this is not luck or skill. It's guts. Honest. Look, think about what we did. Just think about what we did. Francis reinforced the fact that gold often bounces off the VWAP, right? And we know that. So put your stop way above the VWAP. Now, I probably wouldn't have done this in a cash account. In a prop account, yes, I would do it. I did it. Um, we had a trend in gold. It was down 100 today, and now it's up. We had a trap trade that seemed to fail at the upside. That was my motivation to get back in. Our trap trade seemed to fail, and it looked like I was wrong, and it got almost to our stop. But the key is to make your stop not right at the VWAP, but 10 to 12 ticks above. And then honestly, Roz, I'm not that smart. I used very basic analysis and had the guts to take it in the prop account, which is not really that much guts because fail in a prop account and your life doesn't end. Your cash doesn't go away, right? But just from an analysis viewpoint, it had a possibility of working if it didn't get destroyed at the VWAP and burst through it. So it almost scared us to death and then it pulled back. So is it luck and skill? I think it was luck more than skill. Luck because it got very bullish after we entered. So we got some luck. Our analysis was decent, right? It was decent analysis. And we just stayed in. Didn't quit. Didn't quit. Just left it alone and it worked. It could have just as easily been a $400 loser. That's the honest truth. It seems to me like gold is more bullish now than bearish. Even though the squeeze is showing down, the price is going up. So you can't count on the squeeze right now, it seems. All right. Anyway, folks, very interesting morning to say the least. I think that most people made money this morning. Am I right? Didn't almost everybody make money? You don't have to trade everything. What did we say yesterday? Pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. Because there's a lot of battles. Oh, I updated the WMM is updated on the website. It's updated. Caterpillar's Wednesday. It wasn't on the schedule, Nitin, when I first originally made the schedule. And now it's on the schedule. I like Caterpillar generally as an earnings also. That's an earnings that's been pretty good. All right. We're done until 8:15 tonight. Yeah, Frank made money. Francis made some money. I think Roz made some money. Nitin made some money. I think everybody made money this morning. I want to thank you all for watching on YouTube. We had some streaming issues. They seem to be fixed now. So thank you for watching. We'll get the webcam working again. There was an OBS update and it damaged our stream key. So we had to reinstall everything. Okay, I'm going to shut YouTube. Thanks for watching on YouTube. We'll be streaming tomorrow.